8,
You're watching
7,
Experience Comic Culture and Sales.
5,
Streaming live daily to
4,
Facebook, YouTube,
3,
Twitch, and Twitter.
2, 1.
Welcome to SketchUp. Boy, have we got a show for you tonight. We have got a ton of artists here tonight that are going to be drawing aliens as we talk about ancient aliens and everything related to that subject, okay? Now, I don't want to take too long, so stay with us, and we'll be right back after this station break. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the most we've had, and I'm super excited to have everyone here tonight. First of all, you know the drill. Call your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, and your fathers, your friends, and your co-workers. It's time for SketchUp. Hit that follow button and help us to continue bringing all week long content you can sink your comics into. Yes, we've got giveaways tonight, and you get involved into that if you want to qualify. Put in #EXP aliens. That's with an S. With that, we'll get you qualified to win some cool art tonight, and we've got some special giveaways tonight that I believe that you're going to get excited about. 5 of them tonight, 5 of them that we'll be doing later on this evening. All right, let's get to the artists that we have here tonight on the auction block, starting with my one and only Miss Mog Park. What are you drawing, and what's the starting bid?
It's Predator. And let's
All
start
right, you
with
got
65.
Okay, here we go. And then hailing from China, but now here in LA to give us her perspective from the other side of the planet, Feng Feng. She'll be traveling with us next week to Heroes. And what have you got that you're working on, Feng Feng?
Today's Anubis I'm working on. Yeah.
Anubis from one of my favorite movies, Stargate.
Yes, okay, it's my favorite too. I named my first dog Anubis.
Okay, all right. And then jumping to the other side from Colombia, Granda C is here with us tonight. How are you doing,
hey, what's
buddy?
Up?
Good.
All right. How are you doing?
Good. And what are you drawing on the board?
I'm drawing like a Swiss flower and a little gray one.
Okay. All right. Now, Granda is in Colombia, so the shipping is expensive there. But if you want it, say so, and we'll work it out. We'll try to work it out for you. Now, pouring back to the other side, to a rock in the middle of the Pacific, we have Connie Jolitz.
Hello.
Hi
there,
Connie. Oh, you got your alien started already?
Oh yeah, I'm doing one of my mashups. I'm doing a Guardian of the Galaxy Nebula paired with Dana Scully from the X-Files.
There you go, and that's a good mashup too. Your X-Files and Nebula, right? And your starting bid on that is
50.
50. All right. Okay, and then back here to LA, former Navy man, Mr. Sean Linehan.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right.
It looks like you got your art page there all busy already. Who do you have on there?
So this is just a cosmonaut girl, and she's got a little old classical fate like photon laser, and I got a little alien over here. It's just something I just made up off the top of my head, right? So.
All right, so this is an original OC character of your own design.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
your starting bid on that is 65, right?
No, we're gonna start this at 80 because this is 11.
Oh, at 80. I'm sorry. Okay,
$80. 11 by 14, so it's pretty big.
Okay, pretty big.
Try my best.
And you've got a lot of detail in there, so that's already looking worth it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then next, coming out of the East, hot Mr. John Stinsman. And we can't hear you, John. Okay, he's going to be back. We'll come back to him. Also from the East, we have Mr. Drew Moss. And we're going to be excited to see him at Heroes next week.
Yeah, it's
Look
my
at
favorite
that.
show.
His favorite show, and there's a lot of hype on that show this year for a couple of reasons. But look at the alien that he's got on his board already.
Here, I'll zoom in. Look. Yeah, it's the alien from Universal Studios, that old movie from '55 called This Island Earth. It's a horrible movie, but I think the alien is cool. I mean, I like the way they talk, like the '50s dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah.
The crazy machismo that's in it.
Right.
It's ridiculous. But if you want to watch it, it's free on YouTube. But it's awful. It's a waste of time. But I love the way the alien looks.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you brought up YouTube. We're going to touch on YouTube just a little bit on that later. And then going back to John,
Yes.
is working on a Vampirilla starting at 65, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Because Vampirilla is an alien from another planet. It's true. A lot of people.
That's right. That's right. A lot of people may not know that.
Yeah.
She's not a vampire from Earth. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next on the block, we have show favorite, Mr. Bill Moss.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Good to see you again, Bill.
We got a moss and a mouse. We got two mosses. We got a moss and a mouse.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got that all mixed up with so many names that's in front of me. And Bill is working on an alien.
Yeah, I'm working on an alien with a Ripley going on right here.
That's a large. Is that 11 by 14?
11 by 17, just like kind of.
11 by 17. That's even larger. And he's got that going on. And if you know Bill, if you know Bill, you're gonna want to bid on this piece. Okay?
I appreciate you guys. You guys are
and
awesome.
last but not least, another show favorite of ours, Miss Trish Forstner. There she is.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Drawing Lilo.
And it's Lilo.
Yeah, drawing Lilo and Stitch as a Stray Dogs #1 homage. They're peeking through a door.
Is there going to be a stray dog in there?
No, he is the dog.
Oh, okay.
If you recall, in the movie, he is the dog.
That's right.
And that's starting at 50.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, we want to say to Kenneth Bird, Ken Sizer, Kevin Green, thank you guys for coming on the show. Stevie
Awesome.
B, Bill Mouse is in the chat as well.
I'm everywhere.
Hey, listen, yeah, Bill is everywhere. You know, he's got his own show as well, so be sure to check him out when you get the chance.
Yeah,
we'll be posting everybody's links that has been provided to us very shortly on there, and you'll see his link on there. And some great news that I can announce to everyone. I'm actually finally caught up again on the shipping, so everything has gone out. Right, and you guys can expect to see that package. Your packages later this week. That all went out yesterday, so you'll probably start seeing them like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But by Saturday, you should get them all. Okay, and if you don't, let me know, and we will look into that. All right. Okay, so glad we got that out of the way. You're supposed to get paid. When do I get paid? I've been doing all the work here.
Where's the money? Show me the money.
All right. So, Ancient Aliens. Not sure where to start. So I'm just going to throw this out here. Who has had some kind of an encounter, if anything, with an ancient alien, with an entity or a UFO?
Okay,
Anybody?
Before you start, Mel,
Uh-huh.
I think the oven is on.
No, I turned it off.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't want to burn it.
Right there.
You sure it's
I
off?
turned it off because I didn't want my apple strudel to burn.
Well, feel free to check. Sorry
Sure.
to interrupt.
Was that the fire department in the background?
Is that what tipped you off? Is that there was a fire truck back
Yeah,
there?
that's probably what tipped her off.
Sorry, yeah, just continue. Forget I actually existed.
Safety first.
No.
Safety first.
Yeah.
See, now I lost my train of thought. Okay, all right, here we go. Who's had or seen like a UFO or anything along that line? Anybody?
You know, I've been looking. I put in I'm putting in requests.
So okay,
But
so
nothing,
nobody's even
nothing
seen
yet.
like a UFO flying.
I seen one as a child.
Oh yeah,
I did.
tell us about it.
There used to be a show hosted by Jonathan Frakes. I don't know if you remember.
That's
It was
right.
like I forget what it was on Fox for a couple of years,
Uh-huh.
and that was much later. But I was probably about I don't know, 10 years old, and I was laying in bed looking out the window, and I just saw this light come up over the horizon and hover there. And then all of a sudden, it just shot like a rocket off into the distance. And I was like, what the heck was that? And I got up and I said to my parents, we got to come in my room. There's something crazy going on outside. And it didn't happen again. And then years and years later, when I was like in my late teens, that UFO show with Jonathan Frakes was on. And there was a guy on the beach who was video cameraing the same exact thing that I saw, which was a light that kind of came up over the horizon, hovered there, and then shot off like a rocket. It was
That's
the same
cool.
exact thing. So
It was the same
I don't
exact-
know what it was, but we'll call it a UFO.
Right.
That's
okay.
what I've got.
Okay. All right. And here's my experience.
Okay.
I was about like 13 years old, and I had a newspaper route at that time. And Hawaii actually has a lot of activity, UFO activity. I lived in a small community. It's not so small now, but it was pretty small, next to Barbers Point, a U.S. Naval air station that gave support to the Coast Guard and the Navy. Anyway, so when I was young, I had that, the paper route. I'd get up at 5:30, head out, and I was wearing this pilot's hat. I don't know if you guys ever seen that, but it covers your ears, and it's all furry inside. It keeps your ears really warm. So, and kind of reminded me of the Dave Stevens panels from Rocketeer when I think about that. But I also brought a radio the size of a lunchbox that I tied to the twin poles of my banana seat, bike seat with those high handlebars.
Yeah.
So as I'm pedaling, making my way through this newly built elementary school, I see this light coming from the west, and I'm thinking it's not a plane. Then it moves straight up from my perspective, and it comes down to about 120-degree west still, and it's doing an irregular pattern, and the turns that it's making is so sharp. You're going, there's no way a plane could do that. And I've watched the Blue Angels, the Thunderbirds, and I'm a military brat, so I've been exposed to all that. Yeah, I noticed those sharp directional changes just can't happen spinning on a dime. We can't even do that now. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I hear these two planes come into the area, then the UFO disappears. So right before that, I get to my destination, and I hear on the radio, Barbers Point sent out two planes out to investigate what they believe is a UFO. Boom. More details coming forth as we get the information. Nothing else came out of that, right? But at least that confirmed my sighting as a UFO. And that's my story.
That's cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
So nobody else.
Nobody
okay, well, we have another one actually. And this is when Mog and I, we were headed up to San Francisco on the, we were actually going up on an alternate route, not up on the 5, but something that goes through Sequoia Park. So you travel through like a lot more farmland over there. And we saw these 3 lights coming from our right, coming from the east, and they were heading west. And they were just like circling each other, and they're flying kind of low. Right? And I was thinking maybe those are like remote, those remote vehicles that people were like flying.
Drones.
But the aerials they were doing were just staggering. They were just kind of shocking. I don't think you can move that past that quickly and not hit each other. And then they came out under a bridge that we were driving by, and it kind of like circled it, right? And it's a maneuver.
I don't know.
It's not as bad as the sharp turns, but it's a maneuver that's still, I think, that's hard for planes to do.
It looked like it actually phased through it because I was keeping an eye, and actually it was 6 lights, 3 grouped on the left, 3 grouped on the right, but they were just driving really like whatever it was. Those lights were just if you're in a car seat, eye level.
That's great.
Just like that. And I thought, oh, it's gonna crash because the bridge is coming. It's gonna crash. It better move. And it just kind of like, I think like you said, some circled, and then some seemed to like phase out, and then some went through. It got really mixed up. The lights suddenly got mixed up a bit. Some phased through. You said some circle, and then it appeared again, and it was really weird. Like it felt like it was tailing us for a bit.
Yeah,
I didn't
let's see.
think it was aliens because the lights were different colors. It was green. There was a white. I think there was like some green. There was some red. There was some. Yeah, it was like kind of multicolored. So I thought that's not aliens because I didn't know at the time. I thought aliens only come with like one white light. But later on, I think when Mel. I think through Sean, I was looking at other alien sightings, and there are cases where they see multicolored like me. So that was a weird one.
Well, they could have been celebrating like an alien holiday or something, maybe, and they had extra lights. You don't know what they do.
Could be.
Yeah, Stevie. No, that was not me in ET's basket. JD writes, don't know if I'm an alien, but pretty sure I'm not human. You creatures are incomprehensible. Right? A lot of people call Mog an alien too. That's still on the table. We don't know what to do with that yet.
Yeah. Me and Annie were coming home from work one day, and we're on like the interstate, and we're like looking up at the clouds because they're just everywhere. Like it was like a dark, cloudy day, end of day from work, and then all of a sudden there's this like these 3 bright lights behind the clouds, like for a second, and then they went into one light, right? So like the 2 on the other side just went into one, and then it just disappeared.
Wow.
And I was like, that was weird, but that's all I got.
Yeah, but it kind of shows you like how much we've seen,
Yeah.
And and let me take a poll here with us. Well, here, who believes that aliens exist and are visiting us?
Dude, if it's possible for us to be here, it's possible for anybody else to be out there.
Sure. Because look at the things that we're accomplishing and or the goals that we've set that seem very realistic now. They're talking about like terraforming Mars and trying to set a colony out there, and we've already flown to the moon several times. So yeah, it's very possible that space travel is going to be possible. I don't think we quite have the technology for it to do very, very long distance, but I think that's being worked on, and it has been for a while.
I always thought it was more likely that they might be time travelers from the far distant future rather than aliens from another world.
Could be. You never know.
Yeah. It makes sense. If you can time travel, you want to go back and observe different periods of time and see, how you got to where you're at, and we're a part of that history. So certainly feasible.
There's a lot of theories on exactly like where they're coming from. Time travel is one of them. Interdimensional travel is coming from one of them.
Right.
There's been very stories in our past of things that have happened that kind of make you think, like here in West Covina, I think it was like about 1963 or so. These 2 kids showed up. They had no parents, and their skin was colored green, and they didn't know like where they were. They said they came from another place where the sky was more red than what we have. Yeah, so there wasn't much information, but they got adopted into our world, and the boy died, but the girl continued, and she lived for a while, and I believe she got married. But I tried to see if I could follow up on something on that, and I haven't been able to find like anything else.
Did she make a guest appearance on Star Trek?
That could have been her.
Yeah, you never know.
Cheater. That's easy money.
Hire her. We don't have to do makeup.
Well, the show's got a budget. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
right.
And it was a small budget at that time because they didn't even want to do sci-fi. There's another story about this. I think it was like in the 16th century or 14th or something. I forget when it was, but it occurred in Japan where this lady, this very pretty lady, appeared out of like a silver ship that landed on the beach. They don't know how it got there, but she could speak their language, and she ended up like living with them there. And it's a famous story that a lot of people still know about, and they still tell and talk about. So, but those are like two examples of where people have like come into our world from that's possibly from somewhere, but we don't know where they came.
Yeah,
that's right, Kevin. It's who's to say aliens aren't us, as future time travelers checking in on the past. That has been proposed. Right? There's a lot of proposals that have been put out there where they're from. A lot of it is saying they come from Orion's belt, that the star system's there. That's another one. But yeah, time travel and interdimensional.
Well, I don't know if
one of the major problems has always been that it's too much difference in space and distance and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of people also saying it's just parallel universes, which is probably one of the closest things.
Yeah, unless they're going through a wormhole, because that's the other theory, that they know how to do that, or open up a portal, right? Some kind of portal, right? So that way you don't have to travel those long distances. Yeah,
well, they say like UFOs, if they're defying gravity, and if you can defy gravity, you can bend light.
Yeah.
And if you can bend light, that means you can pretty much bend any type of matter. So
that's right.
There's these sights of UFOs going through the sky, and then they're there, and then they're gone, and then they're there. It's like they skip.
Right.
And that's supposedly them just going through, like little mini wormholes that they make around themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yep.
And if you can bend light and you can bend gravity, you can bend time.
That's right, Steve. Better a wormhole than a rabbit hole, unless you're actually trying to find a rabbit. And
that's kind of frightening. That's kind of a. I don't like the thought that, because we've seen so many time travel movies, and it always screws up everything. It's almost like saying, despite multiple, like planes and dimensions and time travel, despite multiple times you try to change, and it always seems like whatever it is, the events are kind of fixated in a linear manner. I mean, in the story that we know, the fictions. So no matter how much you try hard to change the past, it just won't happen. It's just always something is gonna.
Yeah,
so
it's always fun.
What?
I said it's always fun how alien stories always turn into like time jumping.
I know, I don't like that, but it's just kind of boring. I'd rather have it where there really are aliens, and it's not just us cycling ourselves back over and over.
This isn't a story that you're trying to write I'm trying to figure out exactly how they're doing this. No, Steve, I do not know about the Rendlesham Forest
Rendlesham
incident
Forest?
in the UK.
I do.
Oh.
Let me just say this real quick.
Okay.
This is like an obsession of mine, and I'm really holding back a lot.
Okay.
So,
don't hold back.
I don't want to take over the show. Right? Let me just say that much.
No, please
Rendlesham
do.
Forest. So Rendlesham was a base, a U.S. base, joint U.S. base in England, and it was back in the day. And there was a landing, and there's even recordings of like officers, like audio recording, going, "This is weird. This is weird," and they're just like reporting what's happening. A lot of people had a lot of radiation stuff happen to them. So it was a thing. But the thing is that they're noticing is that like a lot of these UFOs are showing up around military bases that are pretty much have some type of nuclear capability. Maybe they're storing nuclear stuff there, or it's like, hey, we're gonna set off a bomb. In fact, there was a thing where in Russia, they had a nuclear base, and these aliens or UFO, they showed up, and then all of a sudden, everything turned on, and the launch sequence started, right? Like it was gonna launch, and there was an officer there that was like freaking out, and he has the last call, and they think it was the Americans that were going to do it, right? And they're like, we have to confirm. So there's a confirmation thing that they have to do to make sure that the Americans were going to like attack and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he like told his own bosses, like, I'm not gonna retaliate. I'm not gonna blah 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 blah, right? So everything then turned off, right? And then he found out that it was, everything was fine, and it was just, something weird happened. That guy lost his job and got demoted and everything else, but he stopped from actually launching on the U.S. So the whole thing was happening where it's like, I don't know, it was just weird. It was like the UFO showed up, and it showed up that on their panel saying that the U.S. was about to launch nuclear missiles and they were incoming. And yeah, it was crazy.
It was a test.
Yeah.
But
so they show up at all types of places like that.
They do. And what's interesting as well is that with the nuclear incident in Japan, and even with Chernobyl, right, the day when those incidents happened, there was actually they had like hundreds of UFO sightings over the incidents. Right now, like for the Japan one, what was really interesting is that they were reporting that radiation levels were going to be extremely high, and they weren't going to be able to control it as well. But the following day, that radiation level had dropped dramatically, where it became kind of manageable, right? And that was after these UFOs were like flashing or sending some kind of beam into the area. Right?
Yeah.
And they've had other incidents, many incidents with military bases where their electronics were turned off at these nuclear missile sites, which they don't want to admit, but it's been public, kind of like public knowledge now, and they don't know how. And every time when that happens, they have to call in their crew as quickly as possible to try and get that electricity back up and running and turn their systems back on again. It's almost like they're kind of telling us they're watching over us and hoping that we don't blow ourselves up, and also sending us a message that fooling around with nuclear armaments and so forth is not a good thing.
So the we
did get a first strike.
Yeah, like the background tale is like once we set off the bomb in New Mexico, the whole testing thing, like they started showing up a lot, and the whole reason, which supposedly they say that someone talked to aliens and and experiencers, and like the reason why it mattered is because when we set that off, it not only affects like our area, but it also affects like other dimensions, right?
Yeah.
Because the atom is ripping through space and time itself, and that sort of affects beings that are beyond us. At least that's what the experiencers are saying that they said. And I was like, well, that's weird and terrible. If we're
There's nothing
inadvertently
scary about that.
destroying things that we don't even know exist. Yeah.
Yeah. We do have a first bid on Bill. You have your first bid of $40 from Ilya.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Now, is that on Art or just on Bill himself?
The shipping is too much for Bill.
Right.
Bill is for sale.
I don't know.
I'll come to your house and do small yard work and take out the trash.
I don't know. You might end up actually. He's more like a pet where you have to take care of.
I'm high maintenance.
Yeah, high maintenance. So.
All right, let's go around the block here and see what everybody has, and see if we can hype up the artwork here. Starting with you, Fong. Let's see the omnibus. Bang. There you go.
Oh my God, so cute.
Okay. That is looking
Nice.
better. Good. She is looking for a $75 opening bid on that. Okay.
Very nice.
And Connie,
Yes.
see that Scully Nebula? There you go. Whoa. She's already dropped the colors on there. You got a way head start on this.
Yes. Get me
Hey,
there.
Lorena. Looking for a $50 bid on that. All right. And then Sean.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what she's
it's
looking like.
OC.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cosmonaut.
Oh, cool.
I like
Looking
that
for
style.
an
Your
opening
style
bid
is
of
really
80.
cool. I love that style. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Looking very tight there.
It's really good, Sean.
Yep.
Thank you very much. And we're looking for 80 here. Yep.
That's right. And then John.
Yes, sir.
Oh, actually, it says Sean,
Vampirilla.
show us your other pieces.
Oh, you want see some other pieces? Okay. So I have this blue one here. I think I don't have a name for it. It's just like a fantasy blue one. This is 100. Then I have
Okay, we'll call that Luna Blue. How's
the
that?
Luna
Yeah,
Blue,
nice.
whatever you want to do. Then it's sort of like a sci-fi girl. Yeah.
Star
see
Child. Star Child.
There you go.
I like it. I like it. Nate, we're going to
Yeah.
title each and every one of them. Yes.
This is 150, and then I have a pencil drawing I did a while back, and this one's like Cleopatra,
Wow, that's
and this
pretty.
one is
Ooh,
250.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah. Okay.
Love it. Love it.
That's it.
Okay. All right. And now let's look at John. John's Vampirilla. Looking for an
Now
opening
I
bid
feel
of
like a
65
hack,
on
man.
here.
I feel like a hack. Getting there somewhat, sort of.
Oh. There you go.
Always
Cool.
move it the wrong damn
Oh,
direction.
pretty.
I know that gets me all the time too.
It looks like nothing now, but like Bob Ross, when I was a kid, I'd watch him paint and I'd go, "Where is this going, Bob? Where?" And all of a sudden, I'd pull out one last brush and it would just be like, "Bam! That looks awesome." So I'm
He's
hoping
so
I can
quick.
play a little Bob Ross tonight.
Bob Ross is the best.
I like how you're doing the alien anatomically correct, John.
Absolutely, you have to. They're all at least a D and up, I think. So we're doing our best.
Okay.
That's
All right, let's
that's
look
science. It's
at,
established.
Drew Moss.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that is bad.
Oh, wow.
Holy
Laying it
What?
down.
Damn it!
Okay.
That's going to be
Looking
dope,
for an
dude.
opening bid of 75
No
on that.
reference.
Somebody grab that puppy.
wow.
Cheating.
Hell yeah, dude.
Come on.
Drew, you are such an inspiration.
Oh no.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I'm gonna make him
Icon.
blush. Really cool.
And here we go, Trish.
It's cute as hell.
That's coming out perfect.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
So far, so good.
That's just dropping everybody's mouth right there.
Then I'm also gonna put a bunch of red on here, and I'm gonna vandalize this door with like Stitch was here.
Do it.
Way too good.
It
All
really-
right, so you
I put
guys
some
got a
pink
good look
accents
at
to add.
that, and we're gonna take a break.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, that's
one.
cool.
yeah. So Mouse is looking good there with the
I have-
alien.
I have a curious cat in the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, cool. Very
Oh,
cool.
that's awesome.
How did I miss
Fantastic.
you? Okay. All right, and there you have it. And on that note, don't forget to put in #EXP aliens actually with the nets. We've got 5 terrific giveaways that we're going to be giving away tonight. And on that note, we will take a short break and be right back.
In a world where you hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, that'd be really great. Thanks.
Some comic live streams seem like they're just throwing everything at the wall. Hey, you want this unknown comic? Yeah, here, how about this boring one? Found this one in a rain gutter, give me some money for it. I know this looks like a rotting sandwich, but I swear it's a comic. Pay me! But with Comic Collectibles, we know you don't just want comics, you want the right comics. You want rare variant and incentive covers, vintage books in pristine condition at prices you won't find anywhere else, and truly unique hand-drawn cover sketches by some of the most amazing artists in the business. Join Rex and his rotating cast of co-hosts live from Dynamite Entertainment headquarters for a carefully curated roster of comics that you'll only find here at Comic Collectibles. Every Monday at 6 and Wednesday at 7 Eastern Time. Part of the experience. Ask your local comic shop to add Battle Quest comics to your pull list today.
Welcome back. You're on a special episode of SketchUp Ancient Aliens. We have our group of artists drawing aliens. Well, we talk about aliens. You got a story to tell? Go ahead and share it with us in the comments. We'd like to know. All right, so where did we leave off? Oh, yeah. Mog was telling me to make sure that the oven was turned off because she didn't want to see our house burn down.
That's how abductions happen, man.
I can completely say that it was turned off like I said it was. And here's my apple strudel.
But you know, I do have a confession where ever since that time we saw the aliens and then we moved to California here, LA side, I personally saw at least 2 or 3 times. And then I didn't see this one, but the recent one, I was flying by myself. Mel wasn't there with me. And usually when I fly in the airplane, I fall asleep. I don't want to deal with anything. I just knock out. And as we got off the plane, the guy behind me was like, "Hey, don't you just think that was weird?" Like, what? You saw that light? It kept following us the whole time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I missed that. But yeah. But it's for me, it's like what Sean saw. it's like three lights, sometimes in groups of three, sometimes it looks like, yeah, it's usually groups of three. They do weird stuff and then they just disappear. It's like they jump, erase, and then suddenly they appear again. It's not like a smooth. And also, it's weird because I saw them during daylight, so they're it's like really bright. It's like a bright white light during daylight. Of all things, it's weird.
I have a story. My friend just told me last week. He said he saw the alien ship, and he just sent me the video he took. He was camping. He was camping with his relative nearby the Big Bear Lake. Is that name? Right? Big Bear Lake. And I see the video he took. It looked like an alien ship with like a flashing at night.
Yeah.
But I know it's a Starlink. You know, they'll always be mistreated like an alien ship, right? From the system. Yeah.
Well, China does have a lot of UFO sightings.
Yeah,
And
they even have a conspiracy say Chinese government is the first government agree alien exists.
yeah,
right?
well, they're saying that the United States, Russia, and China have already made contact and have some kind of
at least our
working-
government not denies see the alien. We will see, alien exists. We were not like Americans say there's no alien and the government will refuse or something like that.
Yeah, but it wasn't like nobody was really taking it seriously until about 2005 when the former Canadian Minister of National Defense, Paul Hellyer, said that extraterrestrials are real and they've been visiting us for thousands of years. And there is a federation of them, like they have in Star Trek, to kind of like unify and make sure things are doing okay and things like that. But and then in 2011, Sun Qili, the former Chinese foreign ministry official, he reported directly to Mao Zedong and reported to a Canadian newspaper that the Chinese government is aware of extraterrestrials visiting Earth and had already been working with some of them. All kinds of conspiracies.
Sean.
Yeah, what's up?
I have a question. So,
what do you want to know?
Tell me everything.
Somebody's holding back.
Is there other theorists about that it could just be us humans looping back? Because of all the things that these like ministers or people in a position of high power are coming out and saying they're actually aliens, it actually clashes against time travel theory. But is there also a theory about the time travel that you are aware of? Because I don't know much about that one.
Could be both.
There's a guy, he's a theoretical physicist called Jack Sephardi. He's a little old, but he believes that they are humans from the future. Me, I think it's a little bit of both, right? Like, I mean, the universe is vast. Why would they not? But then also, why would they? Like, what's so great about Earth? But then, there was the guy who, I think he figured out the double helix or some crap like that for DNA. He didn't discover DNA, but he discovered like certain parts of it and how it works. Him and another gentleman. And they're like, so when we look at this and the way it's developed and we compare it to other things that have evolved and their DNA, it's like it doesn't make sense on the time scale, right? Like everything else, like if I look at a frog, it makes sense for the time scale of how long Earth has been around and we do carbon dating and et cetera, right? But when you look at the human DNA, it's about 11 billion years older than the Earth, right? So he started the idea of whole like transpermia and things like that. But then there's been, as we hear about the Anunnaki and things like that, that we were brought here as a slave race, or maybe there was DNA and it was mixed with, primate DNA and everything else like that. I think it's, it could be anything like that. We are just, who we are. At this point, we're just humans, as far as I'm concerned. If they're coming back to like study us from the future, that means things have really been really, really bad. But I feel like it's there's a lot more at play than just that.
Have you guys seen this channel on YouTube that is called The White Files?
Yeah.
I'm kind of obsessed with it right now. I have been watching, I think, all his videos straight from the last, I don't know, like 2 months or something like that. And there are some really wild theories out there.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, super
but
wild.
that one of the Anunnaki is one I really, really like, because it is a story that has just about everything. It has sci-fi, it has religion, it has political intrigue, and I don't know, it's something that I really like to hear those stories, because I do think that, I don't know, at least I think so, that us as creators, every one of us has an ancient island story somewhere hidden inside us.
Yeah.
Okay, if I heard you correctly, are you saying that the answers are inside the DNA? Inside us?
No, I'm saying that.
No, what he said.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Granda?
Yeah, no, that's the thing, because if you look at the DNA, how you were talking, it's very, some of the things really don't make sense if you put it in context with other species in the planet, but at the same time, I don't know, it has a lot of things when you think about especially the Anunnaki theory, how is very, how do you say it? Suspicious, how almost all world religions have some of the same stories, talking about giants and how the chariots from the skies and things like that. So there has to be something there that is true. Maybe not that we are somehow bred by aliens, but that in some of the technology or some of the help that started creating civilizations came from somewhere else. Like, I don't know, like the Prometheus story, that someone has to bring knowledge to the world.
Right. Yeah, because
that makes sense. Yep, that makes sense. There's more to it.
They're saying like how our technology has developed really quickly. The way how we also kind of mutated was really quickly, as well as what Sean was pointing out. I was just listening to something they were talking about, like how after the Roswell incident, how our technology was taking like leaps and bounds in so many areas. We came up with microcircuitry, laser technology, things like that we were still kind of like far from reaching that level, but all of a sudden it just kind of came out, and we're seeing even more. I look at the technology that's just been happening in the last 20-30 years, and it's happening like so fast.
It's true. Yeah.
And then you have to think about it was Carl, what's his name? Carl
Sagan.
Yeah. He was asked that if you were visited by an extraterrestrial, right? What question would you ask, right? And you're thinking that it's going to be something along that line that might be related to that. But the question he asked was, how did you survive the technological revolution, right? Because it's happening so fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's the question that he wanted to ask. And I think that's where we're at, and we're seeing it now because we're
Yeah.
questioning AI and
Mm-hmm.
and so forth. It's yeah, it is something to be concerned about. How are you going to survive without killing yourself?
You wanna?
Actually, that's the same question that Jodie Foster's character asks in what is it, Context, right? What question would you ask
Yes,
an alien
yes,
race? It's
right.
it's the same thing.
Hmm.
Yeah. How did you survive all the technological advances without killing yourself? I think that's a fair question.
You wanna?
Oh, Lorena, can you make me immortal? That
Yeah.
is an interesting question because that is something that is being looked at right now because they're doing like organic 3D printing where uh, it's moving closer to where you can have the organs that you need and replaced
Yeah, it's crazy.
by these manufactured organs. So
Mm-hmm.
the thought of actually dying may not be is something that might be removed from a life, you know,
Mm,
or
mm.
at least it won't happen as easily as it does now.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear the craziest thing I've ever heard about that whole alien thing?
Sure.
All right, here we go. So
Lay it on.
there was a book called Alien Interview, right? And it's about the Roswell alien. And here it goes. So this lady, she was a nurse for Army Air Command. Back in the day, this was before the Air Force was created, right? Supposedly the Air Force was created because of UFOs, right? They're like, what the hell is going on? We got to do more about this. So it crashes. There's three creatures. Two of them are dead. One of them's alive. And I think her name was like Ariel or something like that, almost like Ariel, but whatever. So they take her and they start questioning her. She doesn't want to talk to anybody except for this nurse, right? Because she says like, these guys are all mean and like they all have agendas, but this nurse has no agenda. So this nurse is sent in there and starts talking to her through telepathy. It's all telepathy, right? Um,
Hmm.
and she finally like gets around to like, well, okay, so she can only show me and understand concepts because she doesn't understand the English language. So therefore, they she teaches her English. And the thing is, this alien doesn't really sleep. It just stays awake the whole time, so it's able to learn and everything else, right? And it still has like a psychic connection to its command or its own like base, I guess, on another wherever. So so oh man. So she learns English and she's like, okay, I'm gonna tell you everything and this is how it is. You don't get to ask me any more questions, right? And she pretty much says, this is what happened. Get ready for this because it's some sci-fi craziness. There's a thing called the Empire. She just calls it the Empire, and then she's part of it was called the Domain. So back in the day, the Empire was like a terrible, terrible like intergalactic community or something like that, and uh, they didn't really like a lot of people that were like artists who would talk negatively about the empire. So then they took them, right? And they took them to Earth, but not them as a body, but souls, right? And they put their souls within our solar system and were trapped here on Earth. So like things like artists or any type of criminals or whatever, it's like Australia, right? Like
Yeah.
anybody the government didn't like, they put here, right?
Hmm.
And then and then supposedly the old empire fell because the domain that she worked for took it over, and that was hundreds of thousands of years ago. right? So, and we were sort of forgotten. She was scouting out.
Now that
she
part
was,
I believe.
She was scouting out, right? Like to because we're part of the domain. We're part of the domain's territory, right? So she's scouting out and trying to understand things. And supposedly there was like a thunderstorm around there, which is questionable to me, that knocked her ship down and out of the sky. And the other two died, and she lived because she's not even really there, is what she explains. She says like, "Oh, I'm actually on my planet, but my soul and consciousness are in this biological, autonomous robot." And it just gets crazier from there. But supposedly, like, we're trapped here. There's like all these guards and whatnot, like not real guards, but more like controlled, like things that keep our souls from leaving this solar system and atmosphere. And we just keep on being reborn here. So then we're not, we wouldn't even like know that we were part of the domain, and that's why we forget who we are whenever we're born, and that we're actually immortal. So like some of it makes sense when it comes to like esoteric stuff, but I'm just like, that's one of the wildest things I've ever heard.
Isn't that like the basis for Scientology?
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I thought too. I was like, that sounds a lot like Scientology.
It does, yeah.
I think just shipping just the souls. I think they just did that to save on shipping and handling.
Yeah, it's expensive.
But I was like, what is it, Xenu or something?
Yeah, I think these aliens were all about commissions and stuff. I think they're just having a problem.
Yeah,
it sucks. Some people did have this theory that this Earth that we live in is a hell anyway, the type of hell. So it kind of confirms that with also the reincarnation. I mean, that theory kind of coincides with, the reincarnation theory and all of that stuff. That's really fascinating.
Matrix.
Yeah. What did she say? She was like, we have more artists per capita than anything else in the universe, because they always took all the creatives. Because creatives were always very outspoken, so they took all the creatives and put them on Earth. And I was like, that's wild. Okay. But yeah, that's one of the wildest things I ever heard. And I was like, oh.
It's very interesting, though.
It is interesting.
Did she say, is there a way out that we can not be born again here?
So she was like, she's like, we can't send any like real biological people or from the domain here, because then they will get their souls and whatnot will get trapped in this hell, right? So therefore they're working on it. They're like, but it's not a priority, because
what?
Yeah, like
customer service will be right with you.
Hold please.
That's what made me pause, because I was like, let me get this straight. She told you all this, and then she was like, yeah, you're not a priority to us. So I was like, and mostly in sci-fi stories like that, where people want to hear that we're special and everything else like that, and there's some type of
it's just the souls of parties, so there is no hurry.
Yeah, but they're more just like, nah, you're not that important to us. I mean, you're important, but not that important.
Oh my god!
I was like, wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
You insignificant pup, thinking that you are something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what's amazing is there are actually people who wants to live as long as possible on this earth. What's wrong with them? I don't understand.
Well, I enjoy the idea of not dying. I mean, I don't want to be old, but I also don't want to die. It's kind of a catch-22.
It really is, because in order to die, you have to get old, and I don't know how you'd handle that.
Or get hit by a bus.
Yeah.
I mean, either way.
Yeah.
Wow.
But didn't they find? Didn't they find something in the last decade or so? Something about a certain part of your cell or something like that seems to be the countdown mechanism that actually tells your other cells to act old, as opposed to you're actually aging. It's like it's actually you're programmed to age as opposed to
There's this.
Oh, interesting.
It's called like RNA. No, is it RNA? No,
it's something along those lines.
The telomere in the RNA.
It's called
right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was in a
NMN.
cell or if it was like directly like part of our DNA strand, or.
I thought it was something along the lines of like your cells can only replicate so many times before they start losing.
Yeah.
It's like
information that they need.
That retention ability.
Yeah. Well, the illustration that they showed that I remember seeing is like if you could picture a cell like a circle, and you know what? Here you go. Hey, look, I'm drawing. I don't have to describe it to you. I can just tell you.
I can draw a circle.
I can draw a circle. So yeah, so you got the whatever it is, the thing, and there's apparently 2 strands, and as time passes, these strands break off and become shorter, telling the cell to act. Over. So if there is a way for them
telomeres, right?
Yeah, it's like a
telomeres that are wearing off of the ends.
Right. So it's like a time clock.
Like a rubber band.
Yeah, so if they found a way to keep those strands from getting shorter, or maybe even lengthening them, then your cells would simply carry out the instruction and act whatever age it's supposed to be, I suppose.
That would be interesting.
It was a neat theory. It was a neat thing, so I was just like, okay, there might be something to it.
All right. So whoever does end up developing that technology, the moment they do, they better put a clause on humanity to stop procreating. Because if you're ending death, there's overpopulation. Like, you know what? You gotta like every man has to maybe tie their tube or something, because it's not gonna be good. We're gonna destroy the earth.
I think by the time they come up with this, we'll probably be able to travel to other places and colonize other planets or whatever. So it probably wouldn't be as much of a problem.
Like with AI, everything's shooting fast.
It's going pretty fast. You're right. Yeah, things are developing, and that's what I'm afraid of is things developing. Right, we don't even know how to handle threads on Facebook. Everybody starts fighting, and there's all this drama for no reason. People just want to fight. Like we don't even know how to handle that right now yet. We're not mature enough to handle having access to information at this point.
Yeah, we have to get a handle of that because that's ridiculous.
Well,
and on that note, we are going to take a short break, and we will be right back. So stay tuned.
Yeah, we're being responsible.
Twitch, it's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there too. According to a statistic that I just made up, people spend 4 hours a day changing the television channel. People who watch The Experience don't do that. Save yourself a ton of time by tuning into The Experience and enjoying our new original programming 7 days a week. And then tell your friends. Think about the money they could save on batteries in the remote alone just by tuning into The Experience. Find out more by scanning the QR code below.
Live from New York. What? Oh, sorry. Live from Cleveland? It's Friday night? It's Friday Night Live! With Nancy McCann. And Ricky. And sometimes Carlos. And featuring boxes and boxes of rare comics. unique collectibles. Lots of smiles and conversations with new friends. Friday Night Live with Comics Unlimited. Friday night from 9 to 11 on The Experience.
Welcome back, everyone. You're watching SketchUp special episode, Ancient Aliens, as we draw aliens. And we'll go around the block taking a look to see what everybody's got, starting with Mog. She's got a Predator that does have a bid of from Royce at 65. So we want to place a bid on that.
Nice.
We are looking for a bid of 70 or higher.
Good.
And no, Steve, I did not leave any apple strudel for Mog.
Yeah.
She's got a bunch of delicious cookies to eat herself, so I think she's got a good amount of desserts to go for.
He eats everything without me.
What?
Right. I wish that was true.
Actually, there is a
Because I could enjoy more.
left, but no strudel ever for me.
Got to make that predator sound when you're eating.
Save me.
All right, let's look at Anubis from Fang. We are looking for an opening bid of 75 on that. Oh, nicely done.
Oh, that's looking
Nice and
sweet.
clean.
I love Anubis. God damn.
So cool.
Wow.
Looks great.
Very good. Okay. And then from Granda. Wow. Oh, that is
Nice.
sweet.
So cool. I like the alien.
That is sweet. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
So classy.
Some people are asking about placing a bid on that, so I did advise them that shipping is about $80 if you want to go ahead and bid.
Do it.
Do it.
YOLO.
Do it.
YOLO.
Let's have our first international sale.
Yeah, listen to
thoughts.
exactly. You gotta listen to.
Yeah,
voice-
if you are willing to pay on the shipping, just bid on it.
There you go.
It will be an honor.
You know, $20 on that plus $80 shipping for 100. That is still that's a steal.
$20.
Yeah, it's a low bid, but I'm just letting everybody know here because
Yeah, but
there's
I
no opening bid on this.
I don't want Granda to only get $20 for that. That's not nice.
Yeah, let's make it worth.
Yeah, that's
Business
not right.
ethically, that's not right.
Yeah. All right, so now let's look at Connie. Scully Nebula mashup, looking for a bid of 50.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, look at that.
Super cool.
She's got the Scully hair down.
Uh-huh.
I like the texture on her outfit.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I got a little bit.
Very, very like Guardians of the Galaxy looking there. Okay.
Yeah.
And now Sean, Mr. Linehan, with his cosmonaut girl,
Oh my God.
Love it.
looking sweet and sexy.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna do.
Nice colors.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Everyone is doing so good.
throwing up the signs too. Okay. All right, let's go to John. Vampirilla has a bid of $70 from Mike Wesolowski.
Awesome. It's getting there. You'll see
Oh.
it come to life soon.
And you know John's gonna finish that up right too.
I just want to say, this is why I love comics so much, because looking at everyone's style is so different and unique, and
Yeah.
there's no barriers when you work in comic books. You can really
Absolutely.
just crush it in any way you want, and people will dig it and they'll buy it. It's just cool.
Yeah.
I love seeing it.
Yeah. And it
You
makes
know,
it it's
I agree with you. Sorry, Mel. And if you go by Sean's, I'm not Sean's, but one of the crazy theory, maybe we all met. You know, we're like all ex-convicts that we rebelled against the empire, and somehow
I'll
we
go with
meet
that.
again here.
And now we connect through art.
I'm gonna put that on my Facebook profile. Alien
On my
ex-con.
resume.
Alien ex-con.
Yes. It's like
That sounds impressive, bro. I would
It's
do
like-
that. I would do that.
this isn't the first time we met, you know. And I know for sure Sean was my brother. So
There you go. He's crazy. He's my brother.
Hail Hydra.
No, I trust you.
Right.
All right, let's look at Mr. Drew Moss.
Wow.
Jeez.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
Look at them veins.
Yeah,
that is
crazy.
sweet.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Love
your stuff, you always kill it, dude.
That is a work of art right there. We're looking for a bid of 75. That's really cheap.
either way, it'll go to Heroes if it doesn't go here.
I know, right?
I'll take it there, and we can have ice cream together. Right here.
Oh, I'm down for that. I love ice cream.
Who was that again, Drew? What you're drawing?
He's a mutant from Metaluna. He's like, because the whole story is about aliens who are trying to get help collecting uranium. So they scour the earth for scientists, making it seem like they're like this organization that is about the betterment of man, when actually they're just collecting people to help them fight against these aliens. So it's aliens collecting people to fight against other aliens. But
That's kind of like what's happening here.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous movie because it doesn't really go anywhere. Like they get to the planet and they're all kind of snobs, and they're like, we don't need your stupid help. But they happen to arrive right when these aliens destroy their home planet. So only one alien survives, and only one of these guys survive. And they all die except for the two human beings who are like, why did we go here? What was the point
they
of this
didn't
whole
read
movie?
the travel brochure. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's always the problem. That's always the problem.
Definitely big miscommunication was happening there.
Yeah, it's awful. It's an awful movie. But I actually just watched it again a couple days ago to get
how
ready
bad it
for
was,
this,
man. You
and
had
I
to see it
regret
again.
it.
So then
I don't know. You're doing a sweet job.
Yeah, he
Okay,
looks
then-
cool.
segueing from that, like what are you guys not TV series, good alien movies that you guys enjoyed?
Okay, yeah, here's Bill Mouse. He has currently a bid of $90 from Royce Viso.
Awesome.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Okay, yeah, so that's going up there.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Sweet piece.
Oh.
Okay.
Big
And then Trish Arsener. Boom. Look at that.
Nice.
Aw.
How can you not like that piece? Looking for a bid of $50 on that.
Trish, Master, do you
Master.
every time you finish the piece so fast like that, when you're done, do you feel empty inside?
I feel like I finally got this one out. I pitched this to Dynamite as
That's
a
a
cover
deep one,
concept
man.
for a while ago,
Yeah.
and they didn't take it. So I was like, well, you know what? I'll do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I did another one with Stitch. It was like Dark Knight Returns, and they didn't take that one either. So I was like, okay.
Well,
They
I'm
don't
glad
He was
sound
wearing his little
very-
superhero outfit.
You're like wasted opportunities.
They
yeah.
don't sound
I'll
very
take 'em, don't worry
Dynamite
about
to
it.
me.
Yeah, stray stitches.
I'm glad you.
Straight stitches.
They're
That's what you do.
heathens. They're heathens. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
even did a little graffiti on this door.
Port them
All right, guys, and don't forget to put in # EXP aliens to qualify for the free giveaways we're going to be doing later on this evening. Okay. All right. And then where did we leave off on this alien? Oh, yeah, there's one of the giveaways. There's two giveaways. Those are going to be 2 5x7s. And these are, I think these are 11x14. This is from Fun.
This is a 12 by 18.
5x8 there.
12 by 18.
2. And the third one is an alien. Okay. Those are the 5 things that we're going to be giving away today. So put in that # EXP aliens. All right.
Well, to answer the question that no one answered, what's your favorite alien movies? For me, it was Alien versus Predator.
Yeah.
Oh, I like,
I like that one.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
I really like the second one, the Alien versus Predator Requiem. but it seems that no one else liked it.
Requiem.
Yeah, I thought Requiem
really
was
liked
cool.
it. But then I like all those. I
like movies
I've had
like
a
that,
long
yeah.
fascination in
Uh-huh.
with, space and everything that was
I like
related
my,
to that.
And
I like my alien movies a little more funny. Anybody remember The Cat from Outer Space?
no,
Vaguely. So
That
very
was a
vaguely.
Disney movie about a cat
From outer
that came
space.
to Earth and he had like a little collar that could like levitate stuff. It was an old Disney
Oh, I
movie.
saw that movie.
Was that for TV or is that like?
No, it was like an actual movie.
Did he talk?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it had a very comforting voice. I don't know who the voice was, but it had a very comforting voice. Very cute cat. And a great tabby. He just, he could levitate stuff with his collar and, move stuff around and kind of.
Who remembers Mork and Mindy?
Oh, dude, yeah,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
no.
No.
Men in Black, Eric.
Said it's all sad.
Or Alf.
Yeah, I remember Alf. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Alf.
Movies.
Yes, like I said, I like my aliens funny.
Yeah. Men in Black was pretty funny.
I don't want my aliens to kill me.
So was My Favorite Martian.
Oh
Yeah, we're reaching back now. Yeah.
I think we.
I'm trying to throw everybody
by
off.
what alien we like.
The good one was, I think, District 9. The District 9.
District 9 was really good. Yeah.
Really good.
Yes.
It broke the stereotype, like, hey, it should be like America or somewhere, like, but it starts in Africa. Why? That makes total sense. Why do you think you're important? That you'll only a U.S. or some other major first world country is gonna get the contact.
Enemy Mine was a good one. I have to agree.
Oh,
with
yeah.
that, Alien.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yep.
It didn't have like the big space fight scenes, but it's very interesting movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a new plot, but it was
alien
interesting
movie?
to see, like a human and an alien work that plot.
Alien Mine? Oh, Enemy Mine?
Enemy Mine.
I never
With
watched
Lou
it.
Gossett Jr.
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, and Dennis Quaid. Yeah.
Would you consider Cloverfield an alien movie, or was it a monster movie?
Well, it is a monster from space.
Psychological movie for me. Wait, I think I'm thinking about the second one where the girl's trapped. And the whole story is her in a cage, like underground cage. Isn't that Cloverfield 2?
That's a 10 song?
With what's his name? John.
Yeah.
God.
There is one that I really like. I don't remember the name. It's in a spaceship. It's with It's like in the International Space Station. They find like a cell, and the cell starts growing and becomes this stingray alien. It's not that old.
Yeah, I remember that one. I forget what that was called too.
Life. It was called Life.
Oh,
Life. Yeah.
Life.
Yeah. Mhm.
Life?
Oh yes, that's an awesome movie.
That was
Ryan Reynolds in it too, and
was sick.
Morgan, you mentioned
scary. That's what that was.
10 cloth thing.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
Me too.
Which one is it?
Nice.
It's a very twist at the end, right? The
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
That one.
And the closely paradox, but I don't think they have any aliens, just like sci-fi and strange things.
Killer clowns from outer space.
No, please no.
Tomatoes, is that in the same vein?
Mars Attacks, maybe.
Oh, Mars Attacks. There you go.
How about They Live? That was a great one.
I'm doing a second piece now. I wanted to do a piece with Mars Attacks, so I'm just starting that now.
Mars Attacks, yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, I don't remember that one, JD, but he's asking if anybody remembers a movie with Nick Frost, Simon Pegg, and Seth Rogen voicing an alien.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I remember that
It
one,
was the name of the alien, whatever his name was. Like Paul,
Oh,
Small.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It was okay. Yeah. It was funny. Ish.
Ish.
Funny-ish.
Coneheads. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're from France.
That was funny.
We are from Prince.
I haven't seen the Coneheads in a long time.
Or how about Life Force that combines vampires with aliens?
Yes. Yeah, that one. I went to go watch that movie, and I didn't know what to expect, but I thought that was a great. That's the first time I saw like horror combined with sci-fi. I found that kind of interesting at the time.
Umbrella?
JD says Life Force is a wonderful, terrible movie. Was it too much blood for you, JD?
Oh, batteries not included.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was
Oh,
a good one.
God, what was that E.T. ripoff movie?
My friend Mac.
What was
Yeah.
it?
My friend Mac.
Yeah, that
Like
was
Oh,
so
yeah.
awful. Oh my God, it's funny as hell.
Oh, but I did like when they first came out with Alien, and I went to go watch that in the theaters. I really enjoyed myself during that movie. That was a good one. I ended up seeing it 3 times.
I thought you told me you enjoyed it because you were on a date with this girl and she kept on jumping on your lap the whole time. That was wonderful. And that's why you took 3 different dates, and each girl had the same reaction, so you got a nice squeeze.
No, not quite to the story,
You
but
told me like how great it was, you know.
the first I took this girl.
By the way, not
That
a good
was,
idea, Mel. Not a good
You
idea.
took her?
It was. I
Did you
didn't
mean,
expect
did you
the kind of
abduct her?
reaction that I.
Are you
not
an
like
alien?
that. I couldn't take her. Like she was still in. She was over 16, okay, and I was 19 at the time.
All right, so Mel is
but,
an alien abducting girls to the
but
movies.
She just kept
we're
coming
all
into
just
my
kinda
lap.
being real sus right now.
Yeah. But you know, like there's such a common trope where, like in Korea, like any horror movies, all the guys always wanted to take their date, so they can. Is it the same here in America? Like if it's a horror movie,
I'm
the
sure
girl
it
and date?
is.
I don't
You guys
know.
do that
Men are the
What?
same everywhere.
everywhere?
Yeah, pretty much.
What about Brazil? Is it Granda? Is it the same there?
Sorry, what? Excuse me. I got distracted for a second.
Okay. Do you show? When you go on a date, you purposely choose a very scary movie, so the girl can like hug you and hold your hand because they're scared.
I guess so.
That's a
To
very
be honest,
common
I
trope.
never used that tactic.
Yeah,
never did?
yeah. I was always grateful
Yeah,
enough
no.
to have the date. So
Only because you didn't think of it. If you thought of it, you would have done it.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not very, very used to have dates as a first date to be in the movies because you really don't talk to the person. You just sit there. So it's not something that is really, really
right,
traditional
right,
here.
right.
You could be at
There you
home
go.
on your couch, you know.
Yeah.
You could be watching Netflix.
Hey, look, you got so scared your bra came off. How'd that happen?
But you know, that's very very wise of you because I just I think about a month ago I just saw this relationship coach man trying to tell this relationship coach guy trying to tell these other men how to get a good steady girlfriend. And he says when you go on a date, especially the first 5 dates, don't take them to a movie or concert because you don't get to have a conversation.
Yeah, that's yeah, it's smart.
Yeah.
Well, for
You
me,
wanna
I just don't
actually
want to spend
you
that
wanna-
much on a first date. You know?
How dare you get to know the person like a real person,
Yeah.
with
hopes and dreams of their own.
No, Stevie B, it was not a double feature. You know, they're not gonna double feature a big movie like that.
But Granda, then what about if movies are no for the first dates? What about dancing? Is dancing okay?
Oh yeah. No, really, people really like to dance here in Colombia. There are people that is very popular: the merengue, salsa, vallenato, and reggaeton. So yeah, that's a very good, nice first date. Not for me. I was born with 2 left foot, so I can dance.
Yeah, dancing would be bad for me. That'd be a good way to break up with the person. It's just like, oh, he can't dance.
Yeah.
That's why you get drunk. No one knows. And you go to those clubs where it's super dark.
All of this sounds like an abduction again.
Was this the girl I was dancing with? I don't know.
It was
Who's
so
to
dark
say?
I couldn't tell if he was touching me.
Right, exactly.
Oh, Sean, did you then make your Annie when you first met her? Did you get her drunk on purpose?
No, but we met at a bar.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I get her drunk on purpose? I mean, I think we were all getting drunk on purpose.
Okay.
That's what we do at the bar.
Yeah. Well, you know, when Mog and I, in our early encounters, I didn't have to get Mog drunk. She got herself drunk.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
Yes.
Like, if you want to be, first date, please bring alcohol. It's the best. You really need to get drunk, like to really get to know each other. Yeah.
That's true. It's true.
Was I even out? Was I even out last night? I don't remember.
And then if you, oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. Yay! I had to get the door to be a richer color because it was like really plain. But the paint really makes it.
Yeah, that color in the back there. Really
Sean, you know how I knew Mel was my man? I got smash drunk, blacked out, and he held my hair, and I barked everything. He never abandoned me. So that's how you know. That's why drinking is very important.
There you go. That is good.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you
exactly.
do it.
Drinking is that important. You get to see their true colors, right?
Sure.
That's right. It's a great way to meet new people, break the ice. Also, if you're in a foreign country and they don't understand you and you don't understand them, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
When you're all wasted and you're singing Chinese karaoke, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yes.
Some of the best nights of my life.
Yes. Yeah. And if you're that foreigner who says, I don't drink, then get out of here. Like, you're wasting my time.
Yeah, you got to have some drinks.
Okay,
I might have one drink.
Trish, you're in.
Yeah.
See?
Woo!
Woohoo! That's how it starts. I might have, and then all of a sudden...
I might have one drink, suddenly I'm 6 in, passed out on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, you're definitely in, Trish.
I'm the lightest weight, though. Like,
oh my
I
God.
love Shirley Temple, Stevie.
That's Trish, you're so awesome. You're like the cheapest date.
I really am.
You'll keep her.
Spike Shirley Temples.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Still looking for a bid on that. You want to bid on that piece right there?
Oh, God.
We
yes,
want to see a bid of 75. That's a steal of a deal.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
If not, it's going to be at Heroes Con next week.
Yeah, and my rep will price it, and it will be more than 70.
Yeah, I know. All of this, if it doesn't sell and it's at a con, it's going to be priced way more than what we have it for.
That's true.
But if you guys had to choose, do you guys like Alien better or the Predator better? And not the movie, just the Alien.
Oh, like as far as like the design
Like
of
design
the
and stuff? Yeah.
Design, like if you had to choose which aliens you like better.
Alien. Geiger's the best.
If I had to decide which one had to kill me, I guess.
Hey, Drew, what
like the
size is
Predator,
that? What size
9
is your
by
piece,
12.
Drew?
9 by 12.
9 by 12. There you go.
What you say, Brenda?
Ilya was asking what size that is.
That I really like the Predator, but to be honest, there is really no the mythology of the Predators is not very really relies on films. There are some comics that explore the backgrounds and the planet of the Yahuta, but I don't know. I think there is a lot of potential there. But in the other hand, they try to expand the mythology of aliens and they just keep messing things up.
I agree. I agree with you on that, Grinder, because I do like the stories better with Predator.
Me too.
But the Alien is a much more fierce creature to deal with. They're trying to do so many different things with it. It just kind of gets, I think, gets in the way.
Yeah, it gets
I
lost.
am looking for the sequel to Prey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I keep on hearing that it's coming.
Yeah.
I keep on hearing that they're going to greenlight it or do something, or that it's on the
Yeah.
way.
It was great. It was a good movie.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun
let's
movie.
get a move on that.
But back to the alien topics, Sean.
Yeah. What's up?
Mel had this ancient alien show on, and it was talking about this temple called the Ellora in a Shiva temple or something in India, where it's like the whole mountain is carved.
Oh yeah.
It's like super like intricate
Yeah.
and huge.
There's people who are like, oh, that was done by aliens, and then there's other people like, nah, dude, that was done by humans. But it's super intricate, and they built it from top down. They carved it. They carved it top down.
But they're saying that
bottom up.
But they're saying they built it.
I heard it was top down.
Well, the
bottom up.
mainstream
That was top down would have been easy.
archaeologists-
Bottom up is what they're saying, and how the heck do you do that?
The mainstream archaeologists said they built it top down, but other theorists who are more, theorizing is saying that possibly it was built from bottom to up.
Yeah.
But
Because the modern archaeologists are saying that it's only 1,000 years old, and
yeah, that's the weird part.
which
Like, how
doesn't
can
make
that be
sense.
1,000 years old? It feels like it's older than that.
All that stuff is wild. There's that whole thing about the Sphinx where they're like, people are saying, oh, it's from the Egypt times. And then there's people that are geologists that are like, actually, the erosion around the Sphinx is way older than that. And, and they know because they can tell.
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
that was a big controversy because they kept saying that it was a wind erosion, but then this one guy was okay. No, it's not wind. It's water.
Yeah,
so
it was
if it's
caused
water,
by rain.
then it has to be much older than what they had dated it.
Yeah,
exactly. Because it had to be like heavy rains, and it actually needed to be like
right. So that's during when it was more of an oasis there instead of a desert.
Yeah.
That one guy is like one of the top geologists. I think he is the top geologist in the world. Right, like he's written so many books and like techniques and everything else that people are like, well, if he says it's true, it's true. But it pisses off like, these Egyptologists because that's their career, right? Like knowing all this information, and they're like, no, he's wrong. And they're like, is he? So I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's like there seems to be like a lot of stuff like that. Göbekli Tepe. And then, like all these holes that they're finding in the ground or in the seabed, that are like very like equally distant from each other. Yeah. And they're like, what is this all about? And it's just wild.
Okay, so I have a question. I want to debate with you, Sean. So all these buildings like the Shiva, the temple, the weird carving, and all these other ancient, weird-looking old buildings. They say that it was just a way for the people to get away from the Great Flood, right? And I'm thinking, how is that possible? Because the water, you're submerged now, right? You're freaking submerged.
Yeah.
How are you gonna get oxygen? Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know which particular site you're talking about.
The one in Ellora. They said
I have to find out about that. I haven't heard a lot about Ellora off the top of my head.
Well, there's several flood stories, aren't there, throughout history?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost all civilizations have a flood story.
Yeah.
I saw a meme. This is very stupid, but I saw a meme the other day that really made me laugh. That say that people really think that Mexicans are really hardworking because when you look at Göbekli Tepe and Stonehenge and the pyramids in Egypt, everyone says, "Oh, those are made by aliens." But you look at the pyramids in Mexico, no, Mayans did that.
There's no question. There's no question.
And they all say that.
I consulted my family about it. It's true.
Yeah, but in Mexico, weren't there like many times taken over? Like it was Maya, Aztec. Weren't there like many? I don't know
Yeah,
much.
well, yeah. So they're saying that if you ask those people, right, they all have a story of how the pyramids were built by aliens. Right? And that seems to be true with a lot of the pyramids around the world.
Big
Same
mystery
thing in,
how they were built. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because what's amazing is that they all popped up about the same time.
Yeah.
You know, on different continents, and that's such a big coincidence for groups of people living
Some would say
so
too
far
big
away.
of a coincidence. Yeah.
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 But Granda, Ilya's asking, do you have something called DHL for shipping?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's
no.
wondering, if you do ship, are you going to do shipping through DHL or FedEx or something else?
No, we do have those services, but it's still very expensive. I don't know what is that makes it so expensive. Maybe I have wow, that's very loud. I have a theory is that our geography in Colombia is there is a lot of mountains, so every package has to go a lot of way to finally reach a port. I think that's something that make it so expensive, because I think it's even more expensive to ship things here than to Australia.
Whoa.
Or maybe some kind of agreement of trade that we have with the state that is not very favorable, that may really raise the prices. Because I have mailed some art pieces to the States, and it range, depending on the date, from 65 to $80. And that was with I think was FedEx.
Yeah, and we've talked about how it's gotten expensive around the world to ship, because it wasn't that long ago where it was costing like $50 to ship to Canada, and now it's costing me $65. And that's just for 8.5 by 11 art piece, made flat.
Yeah. But between trade agreements, or like what's affecting things, I'm sure, is price of fuel is different depending on where it's where it's being sent to, and all these different.
That's correct.
All these different wars that are happening right now are affecting things in a big way.
You know, wow, Fang Fang, that's beautiful.
Nicely colored.
Hey,
I love that turquoise of that in there.
It's really cool.
That's such a nice turquoise.
I love this.
Hello, Collector's Bounty. Glad to see you here. Put in #EXP aliens to get qualified for the free giveaways tonight. Let's go around the room real quickly and see what we've got here. Fam is showing her Anubis. We're looking for a bid of 75 on that. Okay. Granda is working on his sexy alien there. Okay. If you want to seriously place a bid on that, we will try to work it out. Connie, Scully Nebula, still looking for a bid of 50 on there.
Actually, I started something new. I started the Mars
new.
Attacks.
Oh,
dun, dun, dun.
Nice.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's Jessica Parker, and yeah.
Well, show us the Scully Nebula. We are looking for a bid on that for 50. Very well done. Look at all that detail. Got the Scully hair. Got the kind of that Guardians of the Galaxy hook with the clothing. Okay. Next, we have John, who was doing Vampirilla, as you may not know, but she is an alien. And that currently has a bid of $70 from Mike.
Appreciate that very much, sir.
There you go. And then Drew, drawing his version of an alien from Metaluna, has a bid of 75 from Ilya.
Good stuff.
Awesome. I love the texture. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
all that veins and all that looks really good.
So good.
The deep eye.
Yeah.
That thing's staring into my soul.
Concentrating. Wasn't even paying attention. I'm sorry.
Okay, and now we have Bill Mouse.
Yeah.
Currently has a bid of $90 from Royce. Looking pretty sweet there.
Oh, thanks, Royce.
Very nice, very nice.
That's a piece you definitely can drool at.
Yeah, hold it a little
And
bit.
then last but not
a weird
least,
angle. Cool.
we have Lilo from Trish. Boom.
Ah.
Very nicely done.
I'm doing a little thing.
Looking
too.
for a bit of
I cut out
50, and
with
she's
it.
working on another piece.
Yeah, just a little stitch head with some paint.
All right, so at this time, what we're going to do, because the time is we're going by really quickly, let's do the giveaways. And first up, we have a print from Fun Fun.
That's nice. I like that.
We have Padby.
Where are you, buddy? There you are.
And what is, go ahead and roll that. And the lucky winner is... Dun, dun, dun. Derek, Steve.
Yes,
Vendetta wins that one.
Congratulations, Steve.
Woo!
Prizes.
All right.
Spool.
And the next piece is the Moon Knight. And we have Ilya. Winner.
Ilya.
Say it.
There you go.
Chicken dinner.
And the next piece, the Alien.
Whoa.
Very stunning
Nice.
piece there. And we're going to roll for this right now. See who gets this. Mike.
Congrats.
Well done.
Woo!
Congratulations to you guys. Okay, so now this is a 5x7 canvas of Ruxy from the cover. Well, not from the cover. It's actually a variant one that we haven't used yet. Unpublished. And winner that. Ooh, nice job, Derek.
Hey, Derek.
Hey there.
And then we have another Ruxy. This is the Risque cover.
Ooh.
This is the canvas? Nice.
And a 5x7. Let's see who this winner is. Lorena!
Lorena!
Wow, you lucky girl, you. Might have to start setting up a drop off. You keep winning like this. All right.
There you go.
All right. Don't forget, you still have time to place those bids in. We still got about 9 minutes, but I wanted to get that out of the way before things got out of hand here. And we start getting pressed with time because sometimes Mog starts these conversations and we're out of time. And don't forget to fill in the magic form. So that way we know where all this goes to. Okay. Some of you guys have not been filling that out and we don't know where to send it. So I end up keeping it.
Oh my gosh.
No.
I think I know you, Granda. Weren't you on our show before?
Yeah.
Did you talk
Yes,
about did you talk about like you bought an acre of deforested land and then you have to plant a tree once a month?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
you?
Yes.
That's me.
Oh, so good to see you. I'm sorry. Yeah. I just realized it. Yeah. Did you get to plant a tree this month yet?
Yeah, no, I have planted several plants through this month. because it's not only trees. We are also trying to rescue some. How do you say bush? Some small plants that are native to the region. So we clear a part that was really taken over by farms. That farm is not native from here, so we cleared that part and we planted some alocasias and some how do you say Monstera deliciosa, I think is the name. My wife is the one that knows the names of every plant.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we are still doing that.
Oh, nice. Now, the one thing you actually have, and you're going to come back later during the summer to be a featured guest on the show, because you have your own Kickstarter that you're going to be doing, right?
Yeah. This is the character from that book.
Yeah. So go ahead and tell us a little about that, because it is related to the episode that we have going on now.
Yeah, the story is the character to me is something that I thought, because I have a lot of sci-fi stories, but I didn't want to create a character for every story. So this is like the blank character. She's called Mary Sue, and the idea is that I can do with her almost every kind of story, or at least that's what I want to do. Is like, let's say, an experiment to see people will like that in each story the how you say the genre of the story changes a little. It's more or less inspired on Alien. That the first movie is horror, the second movie is action, something like that. And then the first story I have with her is also inspired in the first Alien. It's a horror story. So that's the idea. Do all kinds of sci-fi stories with this character, so people will somehow get to know her and don't have to fall in love with another main character in every story.
And if you guys are interested in that, I believe you sent us the link, and we have that up. Yeah, so you can go ahead and check that out. And we just got a bid on Bill for 110 from Royce.
Awesome. Thanks, dude.
Nice.
That's noise.
Yeah, it was a regular group of regulars. I think we had like a few new viewers today, but yeah, the regulars took all the free giveaways tonight. You have about 5 more minutes to place your bids, guys. Does Granda have any other art for sale?
Was that for me? What's that?
That's for Granda. I think they're trying to see if they can combine something to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
120 from Derek on Bill Mouse.
Thanks so much.
I don't have anything ready right now, so for the next time I will have something ready to show.
There you go. And got that. Nice job there, Derek.
You said that if in Colombia, if you cut the trees, it's illegal. You have to get a permit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you have to get permit for everything.
What about picking like a flower from the wild? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's also illegal, to be honest, because since we have so many orchids here in Colombia, many people go to the forest and just pick them up to export and to sell them, and that's illegal. You cannot remove any plant from reservation.
Wow. Oh God.
But that's because it's under conservation.
Yeah.
But oh man, how do people make money then?
They have to grow their own.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to grow them from the start. So one thing is if you have a plant nursery and you grow your own plants, that's no problem.
Yeah.
But if there are some people that was their model. They just go to the forest and just pick up any plant they wanted, and that really took a hit on our native plants.
Ah.
Everybody's still working.
What's the temperature
Bill's
there
throwing
right
down
now?
the colors.
What's the temperature?
Here
there?
in Colombia.
Yeah, Colombia. Today.
I don't know how to convert to Fahrenheit, but it's 11 centigrades right now.
11? That's actually not bad.
That should be 40s. They're 50s,
Yeah.
right?
Why is it so cold?
50s, maybe.
Oh, is it because maybe you're in an elevated place? You said you have a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
My house is... Oh, I don't want to say... Give me a second, I check what is the altitude here. I think it's 4,000 meters. No, that's the Bogota, our capital. Here is 2,500.
Wow. Mountain people. You must have beautiful waterfalls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a couple of waterfalls here in my farm, in my plot.
Really? Waterfalls?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you drink water from the waterfall? What do you do?
Yeah, our water is from our stream. We don't have a line to the municipal water.
Wow. Sounds amazing. Like a paradise dream. Drinking
To
mountain
be honest, it is.
spring.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
So Mog is thinking, she wants to come down and visit.
I was thinking about, like, because of the alien topic, I think you'll be living longer than anybody. You'll be living that long life, dude. Drinking that water.
Well, and people in Colombia actually live a lot. My great grandmother died when she was 105, I think.
Wow.
And my grandmother right now is just had her birthday. She's 95.
What the heck? Wow.
That's cool.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
She didn't die lonely, did she? For 105?
No. She was with our family. She actually was really active when she died. She died of cancer.
Yeah.
She had cancer because she used to smoke a very thick cigar, so she developed a cancer on the inside of her cheek. And she just kept telling everyone, don't say I'm dying because of cancer. I'm dying because I'm old. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did she grow her own tobacco and roll it?
No, that she didn't.
Okay.
Oh, I think, Granda, you said you don't drink, right?
No, I don't.
Oh my God, I can't.
Yeah,
do
you're
it
gonna live
now.
even longer.
I
All right,
don't
we currently
drink.
have
I
a
don't
bit
drink
of
coffee. I don't smoke.
65.
What?
But you're right though. My abuelo in Puerto Rico, he lived to 103, and he did drink.
He drank?
Yeah, he drank. Yeah, he
Yeah.
drank. Yeah. Everybody drinks in Puerto Rico.
Oh my God, is that a card? You get a card? What?
Cute.
Yeah. You have let's see. Yeah, you have a bit of 55 on that, Trish, from Stevie B.
Cool. Thanks, Stevie.
You know, Trish.
You get to have the little card too.
There you go. Bonus.
Bonus.
Always feel.
How much for
Oh,
Connie's Mars attack?
What?
Connie, how much is your Mars
Oh.
attack?
Well, I just started. It looks like 40.
40, Derek, if you want that. Right, we've got, I'm going to give you guys just one more minute, and then we got to go. Okay. But we currently have 65 from Royce on Mars Predator. looking for a bid of 75 on Anubis from Fang. $50. We're looking for a bid of 50 for the Scully Nebula from Connie, as well as Mars Attack at 40. Sean is looking for a bid of 80 for his Cosmonaut. Vampirilla has a bid of 70 from Mike. That's for John's Vampirilla. Drew has a bid of 110 from Ilya. And Bill is at 130 from Royce for his Alien. And 55 from Stevie B for Trisha's Lilo and Stitch. And I want to thank you guys again for joining us. We had a nice little discussion here on Ancient Aliens, and it's good. We'll probably do a follow-up on this. Next week, Sean and the boys take over from Ink and Draw, while Mog and I and Drew and Fang are at Heroes Con. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
140 on Bill, sneaking it in, Derek.